Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy Austin here from Sandy Sportscards, and I wanted to go ahead and hop on here and talk about my first $50 here on eBay. Now, this is not supposed to be a video where I'm flaunting about the fact that I made my first $50 on eBay by selling sports cards. No, this is actually to inspire people that are kind of hesitant, trying to think about whether they want to do it or not, and why I think you should just truly go for it. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. If you guys are new around here, my name is Austin from Sandy Sports Cards. That is the business that I am currently running, where I basically just go ahead and try to buy sports cards and flip them. I wanted to hop on here and talk about some of the things that I was super skeptical about before going into eBay, such as how does it actually work? What is it that I'm actually looking for? How do I go through and do these things? And just the overall process in general. So I wanted to start off by saying that if you are thinking about going and posting on eBay and just selling something, just do it. Now, what you should be typically looking for is what's going to be considered comps. If you're not new to the card game, you know what comps are, but just in case if you are and you're watching this for the very first time, comps are essentially going to be a comparable price that the card has already sold for. Now, eBay has a great tool within the app where you can scan a card. It'll pull up all of the recent sales of the card. It'll pull up the active listings on the card, and that's kind of the price that you want to go with. So once you have officially listed it, they make it very easy to be able to list it. AI kind of does their own thing with this one. You can change the title however you want to. You can match it up to a different card if it doesn't match up the exact way. But once you do officially get it listed, obviously it's just going to be a waiting game, trying to wait to see somebody actually purchase your product. However, the day will finally come. The day will come when you officially go through and get your first purchase. You get your first sale on eBay. It's super exciting. It's super, just exhilarating to be able to look at the app and see that you have an offer, see that you have somebody that is actually interested in your product. It's super exciting to see. Now, what you do from that point is if you accepted the offer or if they bought it for the price that you listed it at, then that is when things I was worried about kind of came into play. So the first thing is the overall shipping. What do you do with the shipping? I had no idea how to do the actual shipping portion of it. They don't really give you any sort of a how-to on it. You just kind of can post it and you have to go through and kind of figure it out on your own. So I'm going to try to make this process a little bit easier for you. So once somebody does officially buy your product, it'll pop up on your eBay selling page and that you have so many days to be able to ship this product. So once you officially get that notification, you can click into it and you can actually get a shipping label right there from eBay. Now, for me, for example, you'll see all the cards that are in here are kind of mid-tier cards. They're anywhere from like $15 to $20 to $30 cards, kind of in that range. And so for me, what I ended up doing was I ended up going through and getting bubble mailers. That was my very first purchase for this business, was bubble mailers. So the bubble mailers, I ended up getting a total of 10 of them, I believe, for $6 at Walmart. Incredibly great purchase. It keeps the card safe and it is very appreciated by the people that are actually going to be receiving these cards. So I went ahead and bought those, and once you click into the actual eBay transaction, it is going to allow for you to buy the shipping label right there from eBay, and it will give you a QR code. You can save that to your phone. You can send it to somebody, however you want to do it, however you want to keep track of it. For me, for example, I saved it to my phone, but I know some people save it to their computer, stuff like that. You just want to save it in a secure spot. But then after doing so, you will get the option to be able to print a packing label. Now, I do typically like to do this. I will print out the packing label and I will write a little note on there, just something about, thank you for your purchase, and I'll write something about the player that they actually purchased. Just kind of gives it a little bit more of a personal feel, but obviously that is not required. And then what I do is, for a lot of these cards, I will go through and wrap my card in the printing label and then put it inside a bubble mailer. And whenever I officially do that, then I take it to the post office, they scan my QR code, they print off the shipping label there, and they take it from there. You don't do anything else. And then once you officially end up the package gets delivered to the person, then your funds are taken off of what's considered a hold. And it's seriously just such a great and easy process just to be able to ship those things with eBay. Now, the more and more that I've done this, I do understand that there are dollar cards that will be sent in envelopes as opposed to it being sent in a true like bubble mailer. And so just be on the wary side of that. But if you're selling cards in those middle tiers, I really do think it's a very good option, and it's very cheap too. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. How did I make my first $50 here on my Sandy Sports Card business? Now, all I really did, I started with a Topps Chrome hobby box. Now, did I end up getting incredibly lucky in just the retail space in general? Yes, I'm not going to sit there and deny that. But what I did end up getting in these boxes, I bought 2 of them, I believe. I'd gotten one for Christmas earlier this year, and I've kept them. I've kept all the cards ever since. And then I bought a second one for my birthday, which was around March. So I bought 2 Topps Chrome hobby boxes, and whenever I ended up going through those, I pulled some pretty great things. So the first one that I did end up pulling was a Topps Chrome Shea Gilgeous-Alexander Refractor. It was a very great card. Now, when I officially sold this card, I ended up selling it and getting back a total of about $20.27. So that was my first actual sale here on eBay. So for me, that was kind of a dub. I really thought that was a good price for a card like that for sure. Then I did end up getting 2 Topps Chrome Cooper Flags. They sold for about the same amount. I sold both of them for just shy of $20, and so net profiting $13.44 on one of them and $12.71 on another one. Then I did have a little bit of a card lot that I went and bought from my local card shop. I sold one of those players as well, and that was a 2025 Mosaic Rookie Purple Tyler Shuck for the New Orleans Saints. The guy that bought it, his username or his handle was a Saints fan, so that was just a perfect purchase for him, especially with it being such a cheap price. But I ended up profiting about $5.30 off of that. So that kind of makes up for my first $50. Now, I do want to throw in one more sale that I did recently have as well, and it is going to be due to the man that is switching teams and going to the Philadelphia 76ers, LeBron James. I did have a LeBron James Topps Chrome X-Fractor card. That was a very sick card. I had a lot of people looking at that one, and I was looking at the view counts just going up and up. I had people watching it very frequently, but I did end up selling that one and net profiting about $16.23. So out of totality, and this has only been for about 2 weeks or so, I've net profited a total of $67.95. Now, that is not taking into account the 2 boxes that I ended up getting, the one for my birthday and the one for Christmas. I'm not saying that this is going to be free money. This is not some free hobby, obviously, but it is something that I did start and that I feel like I have personally made money from, and I'm starting to gain some of the overall knowledge of sports cards and what they look like. And so I do think this is a great starting point. The only thing I do got to say is just that if you are contemplating doing this, seriously, just go do it. Make a free eBay account, list your first couple of items. You will figure it out along the way. I don't even have that many sales yet. I think I am currently up to about 10. So I still have a very long ways to go. But I have started to upgrade some of the cards that I am currently selling, being able to widen my inventory and make my inventory even better than what it was before. So I am starting to figure those things out. So if you are new, just go through and do it. Trust me, it's a lot of fun. I seriously really enjoy this. I was looking for a little bit of a side income anyway. And for me, this is a perfect way for us to be able to do it because it's doing something that I genuinely enjoy doing. If you have any questions about anything, please feel free to let me know down in the comment section down below. I would love to be able to connect with you, help get you set up, talk about any of the things that you may need help with, and kind of go from there. So, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys do like and subscribe to the channel so that way you guys are notified anytime that I do make these types of channel videos. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. This is Sandy signing out.